she sold her soul. Grandma was an anarchist. She taught me mosh pit etiquette. She had a mohawk that was green. She started a fanzine and a band. She played CBGBs with the damned. She was the best you'll ever see. Grandma taught me how to rock. Grandma taught me how to roll. Nobody knows how she got so good. Legend has it she sold her soul. Grandma taught me how to rock. Grandma taught me how to roll. Nobody knows how she got so good. Legend has it she sold her soul. I'm really bad with names, at least according to old what's his face. I never seize the day. When the going gets tough, it's easier to quit. I received a lifetime underachievement award. It's a participation trophy for being poor. Someday we will look back and say, remember when we were gonna procrastinate? We never did, but we're gonna do it one day. Isn't it ironic, don't you think? I multitask all day. I have depression and anxiety. I never mean what I say. I don't say what I mean unless I lie. I received a lifetime underachievement award. It's a participation trophy for being poor. Someday we will look back and say, remember when we were gonna procrastinate? We never did, but we're gonna do it one day. Isn't it ironic, don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's the good advice that turned out to be cake. 10,000 spoons when you're in a knife fight. Isn't it ironic, don't you think? I never seize the day. When the going gets tough, it's easier to quit. Someday we will look back and say, remember when we were gonna procrastinate? We never did, but we're gonna do it one day. Isn't it ironic, don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day.
Should probably turn off my music first, huh? There we go. Turn off my music. What's going on, Twitch? You guys, happy Friday, happy Friday. That's right, there's no camera there. Oh no, the horror, no camera. That's right, because we're going to be in Avatar tonight. We're going to be in Avatar tonight. Guess who doesn't want their camera on? Me. Why isn't the Avatar moving? Avatar, you're doing it all wrong, Avatar. That's fine. All right, you guys, welcome to KO Comedy. I am Annie Dies a Lot. I'm going to go over a few things everyone can do at home to help.
Oh, Annie.
Yeah,
if you want your camera to move, you turn on your camera.
Yeah, it's okay. It can be still for now.
Okay.
But yes, you guys, now's a great time. If you're in the Zoom room, go ahead, turn on your mics and cameras. Just do it. Just make it happen. We love having your guys' faces on there. We love hearing your laughter. We get it. It's the internet. If you don't want to, it's okay. Just go ahead, use those reaction buttons down below, and we'll still be able to hear you. And you guys, if you want to go see what's going on all week, go to kocomedy.com, sign up for the email. You'll get the links for all of our shows. That's right. Twitchers, you can come be a part of the Zoom room. That's right. We have some shows that are even Zoom exclusives. In fact, when this show is over, you guys, we will be going to a after party, but only in the Zoom room. So definitely go through kocomedy.com and get that email. Twitch, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Laughing Larry is in the chat right now, the world's worst AI comedian. If you want to talk to him, just type at Laughing Larry AI in the chat, followed by a comment, and he will have something to say back to you. Is it going to be funny? No, he sucks. He sucks, you guys. But still, feel free to talk to him. And yes, happy Friday to you, Abigail Hydrangea Brown. Always good to see you. For anyone in the Zoom room that wants to go check out Laughing Larry or anybody else over on Twitch, you can go to twitch.tv/Comedy Hub. And you can check out, you can hang out there. It's good times. You guys, we have some really awesome performers for you tonight. And fun fact, this is a free show. You are all so welcome. That being said, we still ask that you support them. The best way you can do it is by giving them a follow during everyone's sets. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to drop their Instagram handles both on my screen and down in the chat. Give them all a follow, but also, you guys, you can also Venmo us. That's right. We take Venmo at ko-comedy. We also take PayPal. That's at kocomedyshows@gmail.com. And if you're watching over on Twitch, we take those bits as well. And you guys, it's a new month, so happy February. Every time you donate, I'm going to go ahead and throw your name on the board for February. It's going to be attached to February-like things. So let's go. And the last thing that I need for everyone to do, that's going to be enjoy the show. It's going to be awesome. Okay, I'm done. Enough of me. Are you guys ready for some awesome comedy? Are we good to go? Woo! Yes, woo indeed. Let's make this happen, you guys. Give it up for your amazing host tonight. And don't forget to check him out. Instagram at Michael Magid. You guys, give it up for Michael Magid.
Oh my gosh, guys, one more time for the faceless wonder known as Annie tonight. Give it up for Annie. Working hard for you. Again, guys, if you are in the private Zoom room, if you can turn on your cameras and your microphones, comedians feed off your energy. So if you feel comfortable with it, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. It really, really helps out the show. Shout out to Kelly Bear here over on the Zoom room right here. She's got her she's got her background. She's got her avatar going. Hopefully she'll turn her microphone on if she feels comfortable with it. We got Ruth in the room. Shout out to Ruth. Ruth, where are you watching the show from?
Oakland.
Oh, give it up for locals right there.
Yeah.
Annie's out as well too. I'm guessing that you know Annie in real life?
No.
Me? No.
No.
Oh, it's crazy, Michael. Oakland is just so small. How can we not know each other?
Well,
there's only three people that live here.
Hey, you know what? I just thought just the coincidence of it all. No, completely understandable. I do love that.
Christina and I are as close as you and Chris Pratt are. That's like.
There we go.
Yes.
There we go. Shout out to Christine over here, over as well too. She's got her thumb up. Hopefully she can tell us if she can't turn on her microphone in the chat whereabouts she's watching the show from. Obviously, shout out to Greg, as always. Bill, William Claude Reynolds is here. Give it up, the one and only William Claude Reynolds is here.
Yeah.
No microphone or camera yet, but that doesn't mean it's not happening later. It might happen later. And of course, everybody's favorite guest to the show, iPhone. Give it up for iPhone 1, guys. The one and only iPhone. We have a fantastic show for you guys tonight. We got some really, really solid KO comedy regulars, is I guess a good way to put it. A couple of them actually were recently involved in one of the wonderful benefits shows that KO comedy was doing. Give it up for the one and only Desiree Walsh, everybody. Des, what's up?
Hey.
What's going on with you back east right now?
Not too much. Just kind of watching you guys and wondering what's going on.
Yeah, we got we've got a lot going on. Apparently, we're going to be annexing you guys soon, so that's good. Congratulations! Welcome to being the 51st state of the United States.
Terrifying, absolutely terrifying.
You know, my favorite thing, Des, is that when I learned everything about the whole tariff situation and the negotiations and everything, and then I was talking to an economist, and they're like, "Oh yeah, the Biden administration already had that going on."
What?
So, yeah, they basically like what was promised in these negotiations had already been negotiated by the Biden administration earlier with Canada. So nothing changed. They're like, basically, it's like, look, yeah, we're still doing that thing that we said we were going to do. Oh, okay, great. I'm just going to let millions of people think that I did something, but we'll stay away from politics right now. Let's keep it fun. Let's keep that energy fun for a minute. There's a lot of other stuff going on in the world right now, guys, right? We got all the different awards races are going on right now. Des, have you seen any of the award movies yet?
The award movies? I don't believe so, but I did see parts of the Grammys last week, and they were
a lot of people saw a lot of parts of the Grammys.
Yes, I saw a lot of those parts that the other people saw as well.
Yeah, that's an interesting look. I'm not gonna lie.
It was a choice.
It was definitely a choice.
I don't think it was a choice.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh yes,
it
there
felt
is
a little
controversy
forced.
about that. Yeah.
I didn't look at it twice.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. I feel this is becoming a crossfire debate. I like this. Okay, we got some thoughts from the audience here in regards to Bianca Sensori's outfit. In regards to
what outfit?
Well, I mean, was she?
Pencil.
Is she?
Every time I'm on this show, you always make
She under a spell of some sort? What is going on exactly? Why does Siri think that I was trying to talk to it? That's weird.
You said sensory, and it was like,
oh my God! They thought it was Siri. Oh my God, that's hilarious. That is so funny. Christine's in Canada too. Look at that. We got a lot of fun. Christine, what part of Canada are you in? What part of Canada are you in?
Toronto.
Oh, you're in Toronto as well,
nice.
too. Fantastic. I'm not going to assume that you know Lorna and Andre. I'm not going to assume that in any way whatsoever. In any way whatsoever. That does happen a lot, though. I used to run an international comedy show, and a lot of people used to come up to the people that were traveling, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, you're from Scotland. Do you know Darren?" Like that was a real thing that they would be dealing with all the time. That's just because Americans literally don't know anything about the rest of the world. Des can attest for this. Being Canadian, she's already got a much better understanding of the world. She knows where Greenland is. That's a good start.
I do.
Yeah.
Most Americans don't. Green.
Yeah.
Most Americans don't know. Most Americans just think that they want it for some reason.
It'll be our 50
they don't know why, but they want it. So much like my 6.5-year-old nephew just wants things, doesn't know why he wants them. He just wants them. That's what America is, a 6.5-year-old. That's what's going on. That's fun. It's getting no. See, it's so hard to veer away from all the ugliness that's going on in the world because it's seeping in my brain because that's all that the algorithm shares with me. So I need to hear some positive things that are going on. Lorna, what's going on positively in Canada right now? Are you enjoying it? A lovely, cool, warm Friday evening?
It is not warm. There is lots of snow on the grounds, but the good thing is
There's lots of shops, pop-up shops opening with only goods made in Canada.
Yeah.
Give it up for that, guys. Give it up for made in Canada goods. I love it. I love it. Now, what are some of these? What are some of these goods? I could go in with the generic stereotypes, but then everyone would be like, we know where those jokes are going. So tell us honestly, what are these goods?
Honestly, I would tell you, basically, you've got the whole list of stuff that everybody uses, like name brands and everything like that. And then you have another Canadian name that I've never fucking heard of, but it's the same thing. But it's the same thing, and I'm sure it'll taste the same. And it's like shopping at Aldi. I'm willing to try it.
I mean, look. Here's the bottom line is that, you know, as you guys can fend for yourselves, which is the most important thing, because chances are we may not be a trade partner with anybody in the world. We may be closed off. It may become an escape from New York type situation in the United States.
Salvador.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all right. Anyway, let me veer away from all. It's hard not to, guys. I'm sorry. It's hard. It's hard not to. Guys, if you want to make sure that all the comedians and Annie and everybody involved with KO can afford to buy eggs when we no longer have trade partners, you can donate. You can donate. So maybe if you're coming from another country that has a proper system, you can donate. You can donate through Venmo. You got PayPal. You got all the different options that are in the message screen right there. If you're watching on Twitch right now, that is also in the chat over there as well. We appreciate your support. It really, really helps out all the performers so that they can avoid having to oh no, we may not have an EBT program soon, so that I guess we won't be able to do that either. This is a wonderful time to do comedy, isn't it?
Hey.
Fun time. Kelly, where are you abouts right now?
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York. Okay, that's why that skyline is going on right now. So tell us something fun going on in New York right now. I personally know that Harry Potter and the Cursed Child just is still in New York playing, but it's coming to Los Angeles, and I just got my tickets today, so I'm very excited about that. Have you seen that show?
No, I have not.
You have not. Okay. Good talk, Kelly. Good talk. Good talk with that. Guys, if you want to tell me anything about Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, no spoilers, guys, please, no spoilers. Also, hope my girlfriend is not online right now because that is supposed to be a surprise for not Thanksgiving. What holiday are we at? Valentine's Day. It's like Thanksgiving, only I have to buy more stuff.
Yeah.
That's how that works out. That's how that works out. Okay, so what now, William? You're in Pennsylvania, right?
Oh no, Prince George's County, right outside of DC.
Oh, okay, right outside at DC. And what about you, Samantha? Whereabouts are you watching the show from?
Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
Wow, look at all the Canadians are taking over the show. They are taking over the show.
As they should.
That's what happened. Pretty soon, guys, this show will only be available in Canada.
KO comedy, eh?
I think that's exactly what it's going to be called. It'll be called KO Comedy A, and it'll be Annie riding a moose like a Mountie.
Riding Jay.
I'm just going to let that settle right there. I'm not commenting in any way whatsoever. I do not want to be canceled. There's a bunny looking right at me right now. There's a lot going on, so I don't want to be incriminated anyway. That bunny, by the way, right there, that is Doge right there. That's exactly what's going on right there. That is Doge looking at me, monitoring all my actions, making sure that this is an efficient online comedy show. We're being proctored, guys. Comedy shows in the United States are going to be proctored now by 23-year-olds. A lot of news going on, guys. A lot of news going on. Jackie, where are you? Where are you at? Are you here?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. How are you enjoying this wet and wild weather here in Los Angeles?
I loved it. I actually moved furniture today. And I was lucky that it stopped raining.
That is the hardest thing. One of the hardest things to do in the rain is move furniture. I always have like that fear of like somebody says like, "Hey, can you help me move this couch up the stairs?" and it's raining and I slip and fall and I smash 3 or 4 people. So
Yeah, my friend,
just me? Okay.
my friends gave me some furniture, and so I had to get rid of the one stuff I had and then get theirs that is so much bigger and better. So
Okay. What was it? What type of furniture? Like a sofa or a bed or what exactly?
a big armoire and 2 giant drawers. Like
Okay.
yeah, so I'm excited about it. And I got rid of my IKEA furniture. And it got taken right away. I put it outside and it got taken right away. But I made a million trips with all the drawers. So many drawers.
Oh my gosh. You know, what's crazy is that, you know, in regards to like that furniture and stuff like that, like it was just making me think of like the stuff that was made inside my apartment. Like it wasn't made in my, like I don't have like a crafter in my apartment, like a blacksmith or something or a craftsman. No, but I mean like put together in my apartment and you physically can't take it out of my apartment. So like if I ever leave the apartment, what do I do? Do I take it apart or do I just leave it there? You just leave it there, right?
Yeah.
The door doesn't fit through the door.
I left a really expensive thing in an apartment once.
Yeah.
No.
Andre was making a face as if he's done that before. Andre, have you done that before?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yep. he's like, yes, and the game of improv. Yes, and I will agree to it regardless of whether I was or not. By the way, guys, if you want to make sure that you can find out more information about all the comedians and their furniture needs, you can follow them on all social media platforms. Follow them on all social media platforms. Yeah, follow Jackie. She'll tell you more about her armoire if you DM her right there.
Is anybody in Boston? I'm shooting my special in Boston March 10th.
Hey,
That sounds fun.
Somebody come from the show. Somebody from the show should represent.
Well, Toronto isn't that far from Boston, is it not?
The long fucking walk.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I didn't say that was the mode of transportation to choose, but yeah, no. I figured I would figured a different source of transportation that potentially involved more horsepower than the walking. Is the way I would go. By the way, shout out to the new people who've just joined the room. Shout out to Anna who's just joined us. Anna, let us know, or Anna, just in the chat where you're watching the show from. We'd love to know where all the people in watching the show are coming from. We're worldwide here, guys. Worldwide, and by worldwide I mean 2 countries. 2 countries, guys. 2 countries. Soon to be 1 country. Soon to be 1 country. I didn't say which one. I didn't say which one. You know, because when the United States comes begging to Canada, say, "Hey, can you annex us?"
Will marry me from Canada.
You'll be like, "We'll take the blue states. You red states can stay down there." All right, guys, we're gonna get this show going. Speaking of Canadians, our first comedian is coming from Canada right now. We got an awesome show. Are you guys ready to get the energy going? Come on, keep it up, keep it up. Come on, I'll be back. There we go. I'll be back doing some actual comedy, not talking about the political climate in the United States, if I can help it. Guys, your first comic coming on stage. Absolutely a fantastic performer who is a huge favorite on all the KO shows.
Everywhere.
Let's give it up for the one and only Desiree Walsh, everybody.
Desiree, we love you. Desiree.
Hello. Michael mentioned he was not going to talk about the political climate, but I am. Yeah, it's been on my mind a lot. Recently at work, they had to make the rule that I am allowed to spiral once during meetings about the state of the world. And we have to get back to work because I'm making the meetings too long. Also, they have requested I stop wearing my burn everything shirt meetings because it's a little bit cryptic. So I guess yeah. I work in a non-for-profit. It has nothing to do with world affairs. I just like to run into meetings and spiral. That is what I like to do. There has been a lot of talk tonight about about Canada becoming the 51st state. And as a Canadian, I personally find this terrifying for lots of reasons. And I mean, I like Americans. Like, I like Americans. I really do. Individually, you are great. I've only met 9 of you I don't like. They all work at the Newark airport for some reason in New Jersey. Individually, you guys are great, but stay on your side. Stay on your side, America. Stay on your side. Especially your president. Stay on your side. I mean, you guys seem cool, so you can come, but everyone else needs to stay on their side. Also, the room is 50% Canadian, so some of you are already here, which I really like. I also don't think the whole Canada becoming the 51st state thing is going to work. I mean, I don't know, for the Americans in the room, I don't know how much you know about Canada, but Quebec and Alberta have been trying to leave Canada since they got here.
Wow.
Like, since they got here, they don't want to be Canadian. So I doubt they're going to fall in line and be American. I really doubt that. Quebec doesn't let anyone tell them what to do. They really don't. This joke might only be funny if you are Canadian and have met 9 Quebecers. Yeah. But no, I don't think it's going to work because Alberta and Quebec have been trying to leave since they got here in like 1864. Yeah. I was recently talking to an American, though, about Canada becoming the 51st state. And it was WWE superstar Hulk Hogan. I did research for this joke, and he is actually in Trump's cabinet.
No.
Yeah. This isn't even a joke. He is the minister of ripping your shirt off and screaming brother. That is a little bit facetious, but I think we all know you need somebody like that in your cabinet more than the federal education department. Yeah. Too soon. Anyways, me and Hulk Hogan were talking, and Hulk Hogan was like, I hope Trump takes over Canada. I'm not sure why his voice was so high. Maybe his underwear was wedgy, but it was. Yeah, he was like, I hope Trump takes over Canada because we could really use the free health care as Americans. Hulk Hogan has gotten really civic-minded in his old age. I guess getting thrown on your back in the 80s a bunch will do that to you. I don't know. But listen, Americans, and also Hulk Hogan, who works in Trump's cabinet for some reason. For real. If Trump takes over Canada, no one's getting free health care. Not even a Band-Aid. The best we can probably hope for is some lumber and some maple syrup and perhaps some fresh water, because we do have a lot of those things. We do have a lot of maple syrup and a lot of lumber and water. Yay! Yeah, I miss when American politics was funny, ha ha, and not funny as it is now. Like, remember 1993, remember back in the day in 1993 when Bill Clinton was in office with his saxophone? Remember that? And remember when Saturday Night Live was actually funny and not a dramatic retelling of the news? Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember Will Ferrell in a dress as Janet Reno? I know that's problematic by today's standards, and I think it should be. But if you were a Canadian 10-year-old in 1993 and have yet to learn that gender was a social construct, a man in a dress was like the height of comedy, just the height of comedy. Just so funny if you were a Canadian 10-year-old, which I was. So I do hope one day you guys will get back to funny ha and not funny oh. Yeah, I do. As an aside, and I don't know if the Americans in the room felt like this, but remember when Bill Clinton got impeached and everybody was like, this is the darkest day for America. It's not gonna get much worse than this day. And then the universe just went, hold my beer.
Yeah.
My beer for like the next decade. Just hold my beer. Yeah. So you can. I've been doing stand-up comedy for about 8 years. I don't know if you could tell. And when I started stand-up comedy, I'm disabled. I think most of you know that. If you didn't know, surprise! I use a wheelchair. You just can't see it because Zoom. And when I started stand-up comedy, a male comic, because that's what they're called, told me that I was single-handedly ruining stand-up comedy everywhere and always, because with my presence in rooms, no one could be ableist. And that was ruining stand-up comedy because no one could be ableist. And I didn't really know what to say because it's just like, I'm sorry your parents raised you right. I'm sorry you have a conscience. I'm sorry deep down you're a good person, because it hasn't stopped any of the other comics from making fun of Helen Keller. It hasn't. I don't know why walkie comics, but Helen Keller is a very popular subject in stand-up comedy. I'm not sure why. As an aside, like Helen Keller has been dead for about 900 years. Not quite that much, but like since 1968, which I was surprised to learn for this joke. Isn't there someone else with a disability in the cultural zeitgeist that you can make fun of, other than Helen Keller? Also, like, what is funny about a deaf-blind woman being successful during a time when women weren't even really allowed to hold jobs? Like, why is that funny? Why? Like, tell me in the chat why making fun of a deaf-blind woman is hilarious. Yeah. Sometimes the jokes are just for me, and really all that matters. And I think that was one that might just be very specific to like some of my comedy angst. I believe I said I was at an open mic at the beginning of the joke. If you are not familiar with what an open mic is, think of an ice cream shop where there are only men. And then I show up and none of those men can be ableist. That is what an open mic is if you've never been. Yeah. Same with a lot of comedy shows. Usually it's like 100 men and like one woman. Tonight is good because it's mostly women and one man. We are progressive here at KO Comedy.
Yeah.
We are progressive. Segueing back to the U.S. Stuff, because I don't actually have a segue. I am very disappointed in the changes politically in the U.S. because I loved the Americans with Disabilities Act. It was so great. Like, I got to go to Disneyland. This past summer I went to Disneyland and it was great. And Disneyland has done a lot to make the park very inclusive. If you use a wheelchair, they have some rides that are wheelchair accessible. However, they've changed their accommodation policy. So now if you're just in a wheelchair like myself, you have to wait in line. You have to wait in line. And I'm not sure how I feel about this punchline now because of what because of who's in office, but maybe I didn't want equality as much as I thought because waiting in line kind of sucks. Like maybe I understand the Helen Keller jokes. Maybe I understand the Helen Keller jokes from the walkies. Again, sometimes the jokes are just for me, and I think that might be one of them again. And I don't care because I'm having fun, and that's all that matters. And yeah, but I hate writing, like I really do, and I have a giant chunk of stuff on how much I love the U.S. and I love the Americans with Disabilities Act. So if anyone knows of like any other very progressive countries with like exceptional disability and accessibility legislation who also have a theme park that recently changed their accommodation policy so that if you are just in a wheelchair like myself, you have to wait in line, please let me know in the chat because I don't want to have to burn that material because of the new political leanings in the U.S. That wasn't a joke. It was more of a cry for help, really. As a disabled comedian who would like to put together a special in the next year to 2 years. So if you know of any places, let me know. Let me know. Keeping on the disability train, this past summer, the Paralympics happened, which if you're not familiar, it's the Olympics for physically disabled people, and it's great. And it was actually very, very, the media coverage was really good. The media coverage was very accessible across many, many platforms, and that was great. Because representation matters. It matters so much as we're seeing in real time. But also I was excited that it was finally broadcast in so many areas because hopefully now you walkies will stop giving me trophies and gold medals when I get my own coffee at Tim Hortons. Also, if you could stop clapping for me when I get on the bus, that would be great. I really do appreciate the accolades and the trophies. But I live in a very tiny 1-bedroom apartment in Toronto. And I just don't have the space for all of the trophies and gold medals. I don't. I am already addicted to candles. So it is a full-on hoarding situation up in here. Also with the new Trump administration. Yeah, I'm just going to beat that with a dead horse. I have gotten several marriage proposals, mostly from American women. So pretty soon it's going to be like a polygamous lesbian cult situation with the candles in the apartment. We'll work on that tag. I'm not sure that's funny, but I do have a lot of candles. I am addicted to candles. That is, I am being honest. I come by it. Honestly, my mom is a witch, so she was also addicted to candles, which is fitting because her name is Karen and she rides around on a broom. I spent a lot of time as a child waiting to speak to the manager. Yeah, and I didn't actually think I had a problem with candles till I had a friend over and they were like, Desiree, I like candles too, but do we really need crates of them? And I said yes, and then I kicked her out of my life and my house because I don't need that negativity in my life. I really don't. But I was reviewing my finances and I think she might be onto something because I spend $400 a month in candles.
Oh,
And I just want to clarify something. It is not because I am financially wealthy. I am not Elton John. I cannot afford all of these candles in the wind. I am more the John Wick of candles, as it were. Yeah, so if you know of a 3 Wicks Anonymous, please let me know, because I really do have a problem. This isn't a joke. Again, it's more of a cry for help. Yeah, I've been Desiree Walsh. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Desiree Walsh, everybody. One more time for the one and only Desiree Walsh. She even got the thumbs up from Bill Moore, guys. Look at that.
Wow.
Oh, man, we're having a fun time. Des, a lot to unpack right here. First off, you know, recently, as you know, we had some fires here in the Southern California area. We had some fires. It was kind of a serious situation. But my girlfriend's power went out at her place, so she had no power or whatever. And so she was like, "Hey, can we just? She's like, can you light some candles?" And I'm like, "There's literally a fire out. Like, I don't think this is the time that we should be emanating light with fire." Like in the apartment, like we're trying to keep fires from happening in Southern California right now, not trying to start new fires. She's like, no, you should just light one here in the bathroom. And I'm like, light one here over by the kitchen, I'm like, the wooden door. You want one by the wooden door? Okay, I see how this works out. So that's a fun thing. Also, just a quick question for you. You know, obviously you were talking about, regards to people being ableist and all of that. I have a question for you, as somebody coming up from a different perspective. Like, what is kind of the line between being pandering and just being like considerate? Because like the thing is like I feel like sometimes like I feel uncomfortable, like if let's say somebody who's differently abled is by me and they're having trouble with the door, like I feel like I should help them with the door, but then like I don't want to also look like I'm telling them they can't do that. So like what is the appropriate behavior there? You
can just ask if they need assistance with the door, and that's fine.
Oh, you use language. Okay, good.
Yeah. Like,
don't just assume as a man that I know better. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Just be like, hey, my name is Michael. Do you want some help?
Oh my gosh! Wow, you've literally just made my head explode, and completely. Wow. Okay.
And nobody likes the term differently abled. Nobody
I don't know what to say. I want to get canceled. I don't know what to say. Look at me right now. Do I look like
is great.
Disabled sounds inappropriate too. Disabled
it's not.
Condescending.
It's not, Frank.
There's no win here.
It is more appropriate than differently.
Oh my! I don't know
We
what
have
to
to
say.
forgive Michael, everybody. He has suffered from being born a white man. Okay.
I don't know what to
Michael.
do. I don't know. Everywhere I go, people give me laser eyes like I'm part of the problem. And I by that, it's just my girlfriend. Who's doing that? My favorite thing is like she literally did. She went off for like 25 minutes about how horrible white men are, and then she looked at me and she went, I'm not talking about you though, right? I'm like, yeah, you kind of are. I mean, but that's okay. It's understandable. It's understandable. It's understandable. And then, I always have to remind her that I am Latino, and she goes, really? Okay. Why don't you look at yourself in the mirror, sir? One Celtics shirt away from being from Boston. So anyway. Anyway, guys, just a couple more comics. Are we going to the board first, Annie, or are we?
Let's do it. Let's go to the board. Let's. Okay. Let me see. Let me push a few buttons. Make a board happen. Oh, look, there's even a camera up. Oh my God. Let's see. If I put the avatar on, will it happen? It's no. Okay. Avatar, we're done. We're done. That's fine. Yes, you guys, when you donate to the show, we do like to give you a shout out. And new month, new board. Let's go. Michael said that it's the month of Valentine's Day. I'll take it. It is. It is the month of Valentine's Day. So we're going Valentine's Day themed things tonight. You guys give it up for William Reynolds dropping $15 on the board. William, here's your first Valentine's Day bong of the month. Let's go. Nothing says I love you like a heart-shaped bong.
Aw.
Day, take notes. That's what I want for Valentine's Day. Heart-shaped bong. Okay. All right. Also, you guys give it up for Abigail Hydrangea Brown dropping $10 on the board. Abigail likes frogs, so I found a Valentine's Day frog. Abigail, we love you. You guys, thank you so much for donating. And if you want to donate, you can. Look. Still no camera. That's fine. You can. We take Venmo at KO-comedy. We also take PayPal, KOComedyShows@gmail.com. And if you're watching over on Twitch like Abigail, you guys, we take those bits as well. And if you do want to stay anonymous, it's really easy. Just leave a note with your donation that says, I want to stay anonymous. We'll keep it anonymous. All right, you guys, I'm going to throw it back to your amazing host. Don't forget, give him a follow, you guys, at Michael Magid. You guys, your host tonight is Michael Magid.
Oh my gosh, guys, one more time for Annie and everybody who's been donating on the board. You are allowing us to purchase eggs during this difficult period in the United States of America. Speaking of the United States of America, your next comic coming on the stage is in the United States of America. They've got a wonderful, wonderful show every Saturday on Comedy Hub, KO Comedy. Give it for the one and only Jackie Monahan, everybody. Jackie!
Hi, everybody. Hi. So Michael earlier was talking about how when he says he's from somewhere, people are like, oh, do you know so-and-so? Well, one time this happened to me. I was on Hollywood Boulevard, not bragging, and somebody said they were from Rhode Island. I overheard someone say they were from Rhode Island, where I'm from, Rhode Island, and that they were on the Incubus tour bus in Providence. And I said, I was on the Incubus tour bus. And he said, oh my God, in Providence, Rhode Island. And we tried to figure out what year it was, and it was the same year. And he's like, I'm sorry, I don't remember you. And I'm like, it's fine. It's wild that we were on the same bus. It's like, how did we even find that out? Like, it was pretty wild. He's like, all I remember is this girl that was flashing everybody. And I was like, oh, you do remember me. You definitely do remember me because I was flashing. I'm sober now, so that doesn't happen.
No lie, she flashes more than ever.
Oh, yeah. That's true. I have a date tonight at Chateau Marmont.
Oh.
And I haven't been there. The last time I was there, I got on TMZ. I was on a date with a secret prince.
Oh.
Yeah. There was a TV show called Secret Princes, and a friend of a friend produced it and asked us to come to the party. So we came to the party, and I ended up hanging out with one of the princes. He was really cute. And we went on a date. We went to, and where he's from, like, he can't walk around everywhere. Everybody's like runs at him. And he was on The Bachelor. He was the Bachelor in Ukraine as well. And so we hung out, and then the next day I managed a restaurant, and my friend. So anyway, wait. So we ended up on TMZ because the other guy that was with my friend was a lord. He was a lord from somewhere. So we were on TMZ, and then the next day. So then I went on a date with him the next day, and then the following day, he called me up and he said, "I'm curious, are you coming out with me and blah blah blah, the other girl that was there?" the one that was with the Lord. And she invited me everywhere. And she didn't know I was working. And she like tried to go out with my secret prince. And I ended up drinking too much. And I like got mad at both of them. And my secret prince messaged me, I'm really bummed this all happened because I really, first of all, he told me. It's not like he didn't tell me. And yeah, but I got drunk and like way overreacted. And he was like, I'm really sorry this happened because I really had so much fun with you. And cut to, so I never talked to him again. I was so embarrassed by how much I overreacted. And cut to when the Ukraine was being bombed, I was like, oh, this is an opportunity to contact him again. So I messaged him and I said, are you okay? Are you in the Ukraine? And he said, no, I'm back in France. And then I wanted to just leave it at that. Like, I'm glad you're safe. That's it. That's all I wanted to do, just to get myself back from where I was. And all of a sudden somebody, this isn't that crazy, but I was mortified. Somebody sent me how you can help the Ukraine, what Obama was saying. And I wanted to send it to my friend Madeline, but no, I sent it to him. Like, what an idiot. Like, why does he care what Obama says to do? Oh my God. Embarrassed. So embarrassed. I mean, I just have to give up. Secret Princess. If you want to look at my TikTok followers, you can watch me on TMZ with the Secret Prince. And you can look him up. Prince Francis. That's his name. He's really super hot. Way hot, you guys. Way hot. And we went to the pier and we went on a roller coaster and I screamed, a pin fell out. A pin fell out. It was so funny. We were laughing. Anyway, that's the end of the Secret Prince TMZ story. I was also on TMZ once, but I can't find it with Amy Schumer.
Oh my God.
But guess what I'm doing in that? I'm just chewing gum. I'm like I quit chewing gum after that. I couldn't believe it. So I'm gonna go do my special in Boston, and I'm so excited because I mean the reason I even left Boston was I was kicked out of all the bars. Like everywhere I went, they'd be like, "Oh no, turn around." And I did not know what I did. They're like, you know what you did. I'm like, no, I don't. I blacked out all the time. And my friends would never, I was like, why didn't you notice I'm blacked out? And they would try to give me like a word to remember the next day to see if I was blacked out or not. But they would always go home before I got in the blackout. So I would remember the word, but they told me it before I got in the blackout. Anyway, so I'm going to go back to my old stomping grounds and I'll be allowed in the bars, I think.
Hey.
I don't think they'll recognize me. Oh, it's been a while. It's been a while. So, hope I don't offend anybody with this. I went to Auschwitz. And in Auschwitz, I found out that Anne Frank died in a concentration camp. And I went with a bunch of directors. I went with a film festival with a film I was in to Poland. And then part of it, they took us to Auschwitz. And I was the only one that wasn't a director. I was the only one that was an actor. The other actors were hungover and didn't go. And I was even drinking then. But I went. And actually, one of the other actors was on Game of Thrones. He's the only actor that was in Game of Thrones and The Wire. And at that time, I hadn't slept with a guy in 12 years. And he was trying to have sex with me, and I wouldn't have sex with him. But now I regret it. I feel like I should have. But he said anytime I came to Ireland, I could stay with him. So I've got to go to Ireland. I don't know if he'd remember me, but he must. He really was trying to get me drunk and have sex with me. And I was really what's it called? Flattered because of all these young girls were just all over him. Anyway, but I still didn't do it. I took off. I did the Irish goodbye. Anyway, and then the next day I was on the plane going back with his director because he was in one of the films, and his name is Gillian something. He's really hot, and the director was like, Gillian really liked you, and I was like, oh, and but I just didn't want to have sex with men. It was too much. I didn't want to have. It had been 12 years. But me and the director, we had a stopover in Germany, and I took my neck pillow and I put it under my shirt, and I was pretending I was pregnant. And there was a glass container for people to smoke in the middle of the airport. So I got in the glass container, my pregnant belly, just like smoking. And then it was all funny, and I was making people move so I could sit down. And I was just trying to make the director laugh. We were having fun. And then the joke was on me because I forgot to take it out, and I was going through customs. I was like, fuck, why didn't I take this out? But no, I got away with it. But thank God, I was scared. Anyway, back to, we were at Auschwitz, and I found out that Anne Frank died at the concentration camp. One of the directors told me. So then I had plans to go to someone's movie after that, but I was too emotional, and I just wanted to be alone. And I went into my room and took a bath, and then I met people out after, and people were asking about our experience, and I said, well, I was telling about my experience, and I was like, and I didn't know that Helen Keller was an Auschwitz and most likely got eaten. And my friend that told me was just like, no. And I was just like, what? I'm like, you're the one that told me. But I really have always confused the two. Like telling the story now, I had to pause. Like I wanted to say Helen Keller. Yeah. In elementary school, people would be like, how did Helen Keller burn her face? And I'd be like, how? And they'd be like, she answered the iron. I'm like, they were ironing in the attic? Like, I really was like, why are they ironing in the attic? Okay. So I feel like there was another part to that story. Oh, yeah. So my friend Tom and I, Tom is actually way funnier than me. Like, I feel like a lot of people have somebody in their life, a lot of comedians have somebody in their lives that's funnier than them, and they see that they should be doing comedy, and then they do. Yeah. Tom is that friend for me. And Tom and I were at a party. Actually, guess whose party? We were at Michelle Buteau's party, and her husband is from Amsterdam. So her husband's friend was talking to me over here, and Tom was talking to people over there. But I knew Tom would have an ear for what I was saying, you know? So these guys like, we're from Amsterdam. And I was like, well, what's sexier? Tell me this. What is sexier, the Red Light District or the Anne Frank house? Oh. And Tom just died laughing, and everybody else was, they laughed, but you could tell one guy was mad. Oh my God. But Tom messaged me today and told me that he was watching 8 is Enough. And Tommy on 8 is Enough. I don't know if you guys remember 8 is Enough. Yeah. Tommy on 8 is Enough got trench mouth. Like, what an episode for Tommy mouth. And then my friend Tom wrote, they never even got trench mouth on the Waltons. They never even got trench mouth on the Waltons. And then I was like, well, maybe they just always had trench mouth. What the hell is trench mouth? I never even heard of it. What did I write here? Oh, okay. So Tom and I used to do coke all the time. We would drink and do coke. at my building. He's still at that party building. I left, and now I live at a non-party building. Like, I don't not want to know my neighbors. Everybody had drugs and alcohol at the other building. But Tom and I were partying, drinking, and doing coke. And people were talking about, it was around when there were all the hologram of Tupac and somebody else, there was a hologram of them. And Tom and I died laughing if all of a sudden on a baseball game, all of a sudden they have a hologram and it's Whoopi Goldberg in purple, the color purple, and she's just like, they're like, and now hologram of Whoopi Goldberg. I forget what her name was on. So what's her name? Oprah was Sophia home now.
Cecilia, I think, or something.
Oh wait, what was her name?
Cecilia.
Cecilia. Okay. So we want there to be a baseball game, and all of a sudden Cecilia, at the end, the scene where she escapes and she's on the car, the people take her, and her the guy who was beating her like runs to get her and take her away, and she's like, no, everything you done to me, you done to yourself. And he stops in his tracks and they take off. And we wanted that to happen in a baseball game where like, people are like, what the hell is this? Why is that at the baseball game? And she's alive. There's no reason to do it. So that's one of those things that you have to be there for, maybe. Maybe I should tell a joke. So I'm just telling stories. So I was at a food bank, donated my time for the first time, not court appointed. And I heard a little old lady say, God bless the homeless. And all of a sudden a voice was bellowing out and said, it's unhoused, Grandma. It's unhoused. You'll never volunteer in this town again. It's unhoused. And that voice was me. It was me. But I really, really wish I had an abundance of money. I wish I was really rich so that every time I walked by somebody that was unhoused, I could give them $100 instead of just crop dusting them. Okay. So the last guy I dated, in the beginning, he actually he broke down Drake's song about the best, you're the best, and was like, this is how I feel about you. And it was all like, she could do no wrong. And he was like, tell me something that's wrong with you. Like, you're so perfect. Like, how does this happen? But cut to the end. And guess what? Now I know he was love bombing me, but I really think that too. So how am I supposed to know if they're love bombing me or are they just? But towards the end, I mean, I couldn't extract a compliment to save my life. Like, I probably could have gotten a tooth out of his mouth easier than a compliment. But he would eat my ass, but he wouldn't blow smoke up it. He was always eating my ass. And I feel like I stayed too long because I was like, well, when's this going to happen again? And it wasn't like that I really loved it in any way, but it was like, this might be the last time it happens. And it was like every time for a long period. And anyway, so there's that. What do I want to leave you guys with? I wish I had a song. Oh, I have a song that I wrote with Annie. It goes like, I'm the most humble person in the world. Or not. Humble person in the world. I am a black belt in humility. I'm even more humble than Mother Teresa. She's. I'm leaving that. I'm leaving it with that.
Most humble. Give it up.
Come to
Jackie
Boston.
Monahan, everybody, one more time for the most humble podcaster on KO Comedy, Jackie Monahan. Jackie, honestly, I don't know if we have time to unwrap everything that you discussed in the last 15 minutes. I think that may take an entire other session, which means you could probably talk all about it at the KO after party. Bianca Red. Afterwards, Bianca, what's going on in the party tonight?
We're doing Super Bowl food trivia.
Ooh.
Oh, nachos, Emma, nachos. Let's go.
Super Bowl's coming up.
Corn
and,
dog.
we got
Corn dog.
and other trivia, but yeah, mostly Super Bowl food trivia.
Is Super Bowl Sunday?
It's Sunday.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
New
wow.
Orleans.
Who's in it?
Yep.
Who's in it?
Eagle versus the Chiefs.
And Trump will be in attendance.
Yes, he
Oh,
will.
And I know
I used to
Taylor
live in Philly.
Swift.
I used to live in Philly. They have to
I'm
close
from
down.
New Jersey, so go Eagles.
Close everything down because the Eagle fans are crazy.
Yeah.
I was
Yes,
at a
they
restaurant and an Eagle fan came in and threw up in the lobster tank.
That sounds about right. Now, Bianca, what are your plans for the Super Bowl?
I don't have any. I'm probably not even going to watch it. Kendrick Lamar is the halftime show. I am not impressed at all. Don't even.
I will not hear the Kendrick slander.
Oh,
Man,
I don't like rap.
this is the most
My heart.
downtrodden negative Super Bowl preview all week.
Hey,
Definitely
I do
not-
love the commercials.
So there you go. There you go.
I will watch the commercials on this big TV.
Well, guys, if you want to play some Super Bowl trivia, Super Bowl food trivia, join the after party immediately after this. If you're watching right now on Twitch, it's a Zoom exclusive. So you got to go to kocomedy.com to get that link, or maybe somebody will share it with you in the chat. Annie, should we go do you want to go to the board one more time, or should we?
Sure. It's all we can always go back to the board. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Here we go. There it is. No new donations, but still, we like to shout you guys out when you donate. So big thanks to William Reynolds dropping $15 tonight. Abigail Hydrangea Brown dropping $10. That's right. When you guys donate, I'm going to go ahead, find something that makes me think about you. You know what I like about William? He really likes dropping $15, and that was our original bong tip. All right. So I know he likes bongs. I know Abigail loves frogs. I'm going to put your name on things that you say that you like. So let's go. And it's really easy if you guys want to go ahead and get your name on the board. It's pretty easy. These aren't quite the right things. You guys, we take Venmo, or we take PayPal at kocomedyshows@gmail.com. We also take Venmo, ko-comedy is our handle. And if you're watching over on Twitch like Abigail, we take those bits as well. And yes, Twitch right now, Abigail even just asked, Laughing Larry, which you guys is the world's worst AI comedian. Go ahead, drop him a line. Abigail says, at Laughing Larry AI, what is the best part of the Super Bowl game? The ads or the halftime show? And Laughing Larry says, the ads, baby. Nothing like watching $1 million ads fail while I sip my cheap whiskey. Yeah, that's the world's worst AI comedian, you guys. Have fun. Drop him a line. All right, you guys, we're throwing it back. Give it up for your host tonight. You guys, it's Michael Magid. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, guys, one more time for Annie. We just have one more comic left to go for you all tonight. Are you guys ready for your final comedian of the evening, guys? You guys ready?
Yeah.
Come on, get that energy up. Get that energy up. Get it up. Get it up. Get it up. Clap it, clap it, clap it up. Guys, your final comic coming to the stage was very, very fortunate. And before the pandemic, they were actually the co-creator of a TV series on Amazon. And after 6 episodes, Amazon said, we will never do this again. So let's give it up for the one and only Michael Magid, everybody. Michael Magid. Oh my gosh. Oh, Michael, thank you for that credit. That is a wonderful way to bring somebody up on stage. I just absolutely love it. One more time for all the comics you saw tonight, guys. Desiree Walsh, Jackie Monahan. It's been a fun time. There's been a lot of talk lately in the news about airplanes. I personally actually like airplane travel. I actually don't mind being on planes at all. My favorite thing to do when I'm on a plane is sit in the emergency row. Anybody else do this? Samantha, are you an emergency row fan on the plane?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Okay.
No.
I like it because it's a free way to get more leg room without having to pay for the extra charge. You just automatically get more leg room.
Yeah.
But they always come up to you after, like, when you get on the plane, though, and you're sitting there, and they always go like, now you know that if you sit here and anything happens, there are certain expectations of you. Are you willing to accept those terms? And what do we always do? What? Because we're not paying attention. We're not paying attention in any way whatsoever. We're completely in our own world. So we nod our head and we say, yes, whatever. So anyway, we're starting to take off. The plane's about to take off. I don't have to demonstrate how planes take off, guys. You guys have all seen a plane before. Or you've seen a toddler imitate one before. So yeah, I don't have to do that. But anyway, so we're about to take off and we're just in the chair and all of a sudden just wham, and we just get thrown everywhere and we hear a crashing sound and everyone's stumbling around. And I'm like, what the heck just happened? And all of a sudden, everyone just overhears this. Folks, sorry about that. Looks like I crashed the plane
Oh, shit.
into a truck.
Oh no.
Oh,
We're going to take a moment and decide if we can still fly. Just hang on tight. What? Hang on tight? No, not hang on tight. That's a terrible way to go about this, right? And by the way, first off, why did they even say anything to us? They didn't have to. Why did they have to be honest? You could have just like crash. Folks, sorry about that. Looks like we're experiencing some turbulence. And we would all turn to each other and be like, oh, did you know you could have turbulence on the runway? Yeah, I didn't know that. Look, unless one of you guys here is one of those let go aviation officials, you don't know how turbulence works, okay? But anyway, we're wondering what the heck's going on because it's taking a while. We're just sitting on the plane, right, and on the tarmac, and there's like nothing we can do. So finally, like I'm able to like open up my window to try to peek out and to see what's going on because it's been like 45 minutes, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe they've been exchanging insurance information. That's usually what I do when I get in an accident. I assume it's the same with a plane. And I literally just saw this out of the corner of my eye. I literally just see some guy under the wing of the plane, and he's just doing this. Just looking under the plane, gets up from under the plane, looks at the other guy, and just goes like this.
oh no.
Yeah, that is not reassuring in any way whatsoever, right? And by the way, I don't even know if that guy's a mechanic, right? I'm just assuming, you know what? That probably was just a fly who like drew the short straw, and they're like, "Look, just get out there and make it look like we know what we're doing with the plane." So anyway, they get back on the loudspeaker, and we're all kind of like uncomfortable. By the way, we can't get off the plane, right? We can't because you're not allowed off the plane once you get on the plane because it's like a safety thing. And they go, "All right, folks. Well, we've looked under the wing, and we've decided, you know what? Let's give it a shot."
Oh, God.
No, let's give it a shot. We're not trying to find parking on a Friday night. Like we're trying to fly in the air. Like that's insanity, right? So anyway, we get back up, we get into the air, and nothing's happening. We're just flying around. So I don't know how quickly people forget about these things, but they do really fast. And so I'm on the plane and I start watching a movie on my laptop, and I start watching a movie on my laptop, and while I'm watching the movie, a sex scene comes on the movie. Yeah. And this is like in front of everybody on the plane, right? So instead of like closing my computer discreetly, like that's what normal people would do, I went like this. Wow! And like slammed my, and like immediately as I did that, the flight attendant with the drink service came up to my chair. Right? And she's looking right at me, and I don't know what to say, so I'm just like, oh, it's not what you think. This is top 5. Because that was the name of the movie. The name of the movie was top 5. But she doesn't know that, right? So to her, it just sounds like why I'm justifying why I'm watching porn on the plane. As if to be like, oh, no, you don't understand. This is like top 5 content. Like, I can't wait till I get off the plane, huh? Like, am I right? Come on, like, who can wait? So, anyway, I'm so embarrassed. I don't know what to do, so I start trying to fast forward through the scene. But all that happens is the scene gets gratuitously worse, right? So now it just looks like I'm trying to make sure that she gets to see the entire scene. Because I've already admitted how good it is. And I'm trying to be polite because I know that she's got to get to more people to give them orange juice. So she starts shaking her head, and I panic, and I just slam my computer, and I look at her and I go, I think I have diarrhea. And I ran into the lavatory and stayed there for the extent of the flight. And I'll be honest with you, when I got out of the lavatory, guys, nobody brought up that movie ever again. Right? I learned a valuable lesson that day, that if you ever get stuck in a bad situation in life, that's all you have to say. Right, Samantha? Just say, I think I have diarrhea. And you can get out of any awkward situation in life. It doesn't matter what it is, right? Imagine. Okay?
Good advice.
I mean, like, it is you learn something. The more you know, guys. This is an informative show. This is an informative show for all you guys, right over here. Let's see what else I want to talk about with you guys here. I'll talk about this here. I used to coach soccer, and the first time I got a job at a soccer club, they said to me, hey, look, we don't have a team for you here, but if you really need a job, I'll tell you what I'll do for you. Why don't you go out to the field and find some players and put your own team together, and then we can pay you to coach that team that you put together. And I'm like, this makes perfect sense. What ages are you looking for? 15, 16? And the guy looks right at me and he goes, we need 5 and 6-year-olds. And I go, okay. So do I just go to public parks looking for 5 and 6-year-olds? This sounds like a terrible plan. And I'm like, well, at least I'll be wearing soccer gear when I approach these kids, right? And he looks at me and he gets mad at me. He's like, absolutely not. What's wrong with you? We need you to be inconspicuous at the park.
Oh.
So don't wear anything soccer related so you blend in with the crowd. And that is the worst advice anyone's ever given me. Because the next day, check this out, it's pouring rain, right? Pouring rain. So what am I wearing? I am wearing a huge parka jacket with like a hoodie over my head. Like, you literally can't see my face. I literally look like the Emperor from Star Wars. And I just have I have a notepad in my hand, and I'm looking at these kids. And when I see something I like, I would just turn around and just start taking notes. Yeah. Yeah. And then when I'd seen enough, I would go to another part of the park without talking to anybody and start taking notes there. So it just looked like I was taking inventory at the park. Then there was this one little girl who was incredible, right? She was incredible. And she started, after the game was over, she started going the opposite direction. And I panicked because I'm like, well, I really need to get this player. So all I can think to do, because I've never done this before, right, is to sprint all the way across the soccer field towards this little girl and be like, excuse me, number 15, come here. What's your name? Yeah, I did it just like that.
Oh.
I know, Kelly. If you were there that day and you'd seen that with your friend, you would have turned to them and been like, I think they're filming To Catch a Predator. Because that looks like it was set up. So I don't know if you guys know this, but when you approach a child that you don't know at the park, that's when a security guard walks up to you. So this security guard, he walks up to me and he goes, excuse me, sir, what are you doing here? And I'm completely clueless, right? I am completely clueless. So I look right at him. I go, oh, me? Just scouting children.
Oh.
Yeah. So this guy is just taken aback. He's just blown away at the honesty. He just thinks, wow, this is the most honest pedophile I've ever met in my life. And he goes, what? Are you telling me that you're here looking at little girls? Now, when he said it under that context, I kind of got it. And I was like, oh, geez, no. Huge misunderstanding. Huge misunderstanding. I'm looking at little boys too.
Oh.
Yeah. You see, I did boys this morning. This afternoon, it's girls.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's all this guy needed to hear from this bisexual pedophile. So he's like, all right, well, put your hands behind your back. He puts my hands behind my back, shoves me to the ground in front of like all the parents and the kids, like grabs my notebook, opens it up, looks at it and goes, can you explain this? Number 15, blonde hair, ponytail. I really need to get this one exclamation point. Because I'd been taking notes on the kids.
No.
And I didn't know that those notes were going to be read out of context, right? I had no clue, right? And I don't know if any of you have ever been in a situation like this. I know you're right. It's just me. No one else has ever had this situation. But you don't know what to say. And I'm really trying to get out of this. I'm struggling. And I'm like, yes, sir, I really do need to get her. Look, if I don't, I won't get paid.
Oh.
And that's how you get arrested for human child trafficking, guys. That's how that.
Oh.
That's how that happens. And look, guys, if you're not laughing, I understand, okay? Because this is uncomfortable. Okay, it's not something I would want to talk about on a Friday night with a bunch of new friends of mine online. I really wish I didn't have to. But according to California law, I'm now required to. First time I meet somebody. Hey guys, thanks a lot for paying attention. One more time for all the comics you saw tonight. Desiree Walsh, Jackie Monahan. I've been Michael Magid. You can find me at Michael Magid on all socials. MichaelMagidComedy.com if you want to check out all the different stuff I got going on. Check out all the KO shows they got going on. Keep donating. And remember to find that link and join the after party with Bianca Red afterwards. See you guys all later. We're out.
All right, you guys, we're about to close out. I am going to give one more shout out, you guys, because like I said, I like to give you guys shout outs when you support the show. So you guys, let's do it. Give it up for Samantha Walsh dropping $15. Can't help but notice you have a very similar name to one Desiree Walsh, who we adore. So we have attached your name to Desiree's face with a heart around it, because who doesn't love Desiree Walsh? Lord knows I do. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. And yes, we'll be back here tomorrow with the Jackie Mo Show. That's right. That's going down at 3 p.m. Pacific. Sunday, we'll be back with KO Sunday with Casey McNeil. And right up, right now, but only in the Zoom room, you guys, it is about to be the after party with Bianca Red. So come hang out with us. It was great hanging out with you guys. We'll see you later. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Woo.
If only my. Never mind.